Hello everyone, thanks for joining me for Storytime today. My name is Becky, and today I have a special story time all about Ella Fitzgerald, and she became known as one of the first ladies of song. So we'll learn a little bit about her and her passion for music. She's really fun to listen to as well, so if you have the chance at home to listen to some of her music, you might really enjoy it. Well, Ella was a fantastic singer, and one thing she would often do is kind of make different sounds as she was singing that kind of reminded you of different instruments in a band. So first I have a felt board here, and I thought we would learn about some of the different instruments in a jazz band. So here we have a trumpet, and to play the trumpet you hold it out in front of you and you use your 3 fingers to press the keys. So we can pretend to be a trumpet. The trumpet wanted to start a band, so he asked the saxophone to lend a hand. The trumpet went toot, 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 and the saxophone went beep-bop, beep. The sound wasn't quite right, so the drum marched into sight. So now we have a trumpet, a saxophone, and the drums. Can you show me your trumpet again? The trumpet went toot, 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 and the sax went beep-bop, beep. And the drum said rat-a-tat-tat. But the sound still wasn't there, so the piano sound filled the air. So we have our trumpet, our saxophone, our drum, and the piano. Show me your trumpet. The trumpet went toot, 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 and the sax sang beep-bop, beep. And the drum said rat-a-tat-tat, and the piano trilled plink, plink, plink. The sound was almost done. They just needed the bass to join the fun. So the trumpet went toot, 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 and the sax said beep-bop, beep, and the drum said rat-a-tat-tat. The piano trilled plink, 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 and the bass answered thump, thump, thump. 5 instruments in one great band. They played the swingiest jazz in all the land. So again, we have our trumpet, our saxophone, the drum, the piano, and the bass. So those are some different instruments that you might see in a jazz band. So I'd like to talk a little bit about Ella Fitzgerald. And we'll kind of go through a little bit about her life and how she became a famous singer. Little Ella grew up in Yonkers, New York with her mother, stepfather, and sister. She had a beautiful voice and loved to sing jazz. But one day, a tragedy struck and her mom had died. Ella was heartbroken. So Ella went to live with her aunt, but she didn't like her new life. So she started skipping school and she got into trouble. So she was sent away to a strict school as punishment. But because she was treated badly there, one day she ran away. And Ella made a living by singing and dancing on street corners of Harlem. The street was her first stage. So it was here that she began to sing on the streets and have people listen to her there. But one day, she entered a competition to perform on a real stage at one of the most famous theaters in New York. She was very nervous, but she dazzled the crowd with her sweet, tuneful voice, and she won first prize. That night, Ella was so excited that she couldn't sleep. She imagined herself singing on an even bigger stage, accompanied by her very own orchestra, or her very own band, just like we talked about here. And it wasn't long before big band leader Chick Webb offered Ella her first singing job. Together they traveled all over the country performing in jazz clubs. Ella's career was taking off. Ella never sang a song the same way twice. She turned somersaults with her voice and learned to imitate every instrument in the band. She used her songs to express how she felt, and she made up new sounds on the spot. Sometimes she even invented new words for her songs. She also sang slow songs as sweet as lullabies. Her velvety voice wrapped around the audience like a blanket. Eventually, Ella decided it was time to leave the band and go solo. So this meant she wanted to have her own career and sing all by herself. All the jazz greats wanted to perform with her. The telephone did not stop ringing. Ella tried every musical style, from bop to swing. Her voice growled, swooped, and soared. She mastered show tunes, pop, opera, and blues, taking her new music, new places, until the day that she retired or stopped working. And that's how little Ella became the first lady of song. As she always said, it isn't where you come from, it's where you're going that counts. So that's the story of Ella Fitzgerald. And these books too, it's called The Little People, Big Dreams. It's a whole series, and at the very end, they have real information about the people here, as well as the timeline of those major events. And this series also has a lot of other books about famous women of history, so it's a good idea to check out some of these books. All right, and since we're talking a little bit about music today, I thought we would also do a felt story about ballerinas, because dancing is so much connected with music as well. So I have some ballerinas here, and let's see if we can count them together. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Can you show me 5 fingers for our 5 ballerinas? 5 little ballerinas dancing across the floor. 1 twirled away, and then there were 4. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can show me 4 fingers. Good job. 4 little ballerinas stretched tall like a tree. 1 leaped away, and then there were 3. 1, 2, 3. Nicely done. 3 little ballerina dressed in tutus of blue. 1 danced away, and then there were 2. 2 ballerinas having lots of fun. 1 twirled away, and then there was 1. 1 little ballerina dancing all alone. 1 danced away, and then there were none. Well, thanks so much for joining me for this story time all about Ella Fitzgerald and music and dance. Look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks.